So, in the real world, there really is a lot of stigmas and attitudes about certain jobs that we do in the workforce and everything. But recently, I actually went back to a certain job that is really looked down upon that will probably give you a different perspective. So, today, I'm talking about me going back to McDonald's. Now, if you guys been following this channel for some time now, I did get that job at Dollar Tree, right? But unfortunately, the job didn't work out long term because they wouldn't give me any hours, unfortunately. And it got to a point where I was making like not even $100 every 2 weeks, and that kind of sucks balls. And if you really need to pay your rent and bills and shit, or you're just trying to improve yourself and just try to have some type of steady income, that shit ain't gonna fly. But I decided to say fuck it and decided to go apply at McDonald's, right? And it was actually really easy to get on, obviously. Like, all I did was call them and ask for an interview because I really wanted some type of more money that gives me more hours. I didn't care what it was at this point anymore because the job market is so shit and it's so hard that I was getting denied left and right at random jobs like gas stations, retail places, fucking grocery stores. Like, it's been kind of crazy what's been going on. And the only grocery store job that did not turn me down was Dollar Tree. So I did do my training and work my first day and everything, and I gotta say this. Working in fast food is really not that bad as people make it out to be. Now, don't get me wrong, this job is no way, shape, or form a career for me at all. My real career I would love to pursue as a passion was YouTube videos, or maybe do something in IT if possible. But I gotta say, dude, working at McDonald's really gets a lot of fucking hate for no reason, and it gets a lot of flack. Like, yes, the job itself can be very fast paced, and for me, I actually like to move really fast because I got untreated ADHD, so my brain moves at like a million miles per hour, you know? I'm always on the move pacing and shit, so a job like this actually isn't that bad. And of course, there's also people that say that the jobs like this are very unskilled labor and everything, but I gotta say this. A job like this really actually has a lot of skill if you can do it well and perform it fast and accurately. Like, any job does require some type of skill because there's a lot of people I know that cannot even move as fast as these people that work in these fast food environments, especially those people who make the sandwiches, because those people be going super fucking fast, dude. Like, damn, it's pretty impressive. Like, yes, a lot of it is frozen and everything, but holy fuck, you still gotta memorize like the lettuce, pickles, tomatoes, onions, pickles, like shit like that, like it's an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Fucking bubble bass, bro. But no, but seriously, like, it really isn't that bad. Like, yes, sometimes, some managers can be kind of dickheads and there's no flexibilities, but there's a lot of things that I didn't even know while working at McDonald's that there's actually could benefit you. Like, surprisingly, there's some type of college program that will pay for some of your college if you don't want to settle for McDonald's for your whole life and pursue something bigger, which is kind of interesting. And there's also a program where you can download an application on your phone and work at different multiple McDonald's locations on your days off, even if you're part-time and need more hours, just to get more hours. And yes, the pay itself isn't that great, but if you need some steady income in order to pursue something else on the side, this really isn't too bad. Or if you just need more hours without having to commit to full time, because a lot of these type of jobs probably don't want to give you benefits and more and everything. But just for what it is, it's not the worst thing in the world. And honestly, it's not even the worst job I've ever had, really. Like, the worst jobs I've ever had so far was working at a clothing store called Ross, where it was a very part-time job, but it was weird because like they didn't even put me on the schedule, and they would always try to call me in at the weirdest times. Like, for some fucking reason, they'll try to call me in to work at like 7 p.m. to work some weird phantom shift. And every time they called me, half the time I wouldn't even pick up because I'm like, bro, just put me on the damn schedule. Like, what's with it with jobs that won't put people on the fucking schedule sometimes? And also, another job I did work that I did not like, surprisingly, like I said, Dollar Tree was very close second, but it was not the second worst. I'd say the second worst was probably Walmart, only because how bad the drama really was. Like, yes, you did get errors and everything, but the drama was just so unbearably terrible that I think it was worse than a fucking warehouse and a high school combined. It was one of the worst Walmart's experiences I've ever worked at. Like, I remember working at Walmart so bad, like hating that job so bad, that I actually put my manager on YouTube on my other channel like 5 years ago because he was that much of a piece of crap, And I usually don't like to do stuff like that, but he absolutely absolutely deserved it. And the funny part is, the manager ended up getting fired. And if you guys want to see that type of video of me like kind of talking about Walmart and then kind of exposing how my manager was acting towards me and shit, I'll put that in the description in case you guys are curious. And another thing that does get stereotyped a lot is like, yes, a lot of fast food jobs is run by a lot of like kids and everything, like as young as 14 years old and older, because you know it's like the first entry level job for a lot of teenagers to kind of, you know, get their feet in the door into the workforce, to get that experience or just to get a paycheck, you know. But no one really talks about how many actual adults that do work there that's also in their 20s or older, because it's surprisingly, dude, there's a lot of adults that do work at McDonald's because it's either the only job they could get or it's better than just being a bum. Because I don't know why people look down at some of these workers worse than someone who fucking, you know, is being a bum and smoking like weed all day or some shit. Like, I just don't understand that, man. Like, at least somebody's working and trying to provide for whatever, dude. And what gave me a different perspective about life was, I remember at the old McDonald's I worked at a few years ago, there was this really cool guy who was super happy with his life, right? And people like always would kind of make fun of him and everything, but the dude had a nice wife. He had children and everything, and they were all very happy, you know? Like, he was the happiest dude ever, and he didn't give a fuck where he worked at because he actually did enjoy his job at McDonald's. And I was very shocked. I was like, you know what, dude? That's what made me realize, like in that last video I made, that your job definitely does not define you, dude. It's how happy you are. And just because you work at McDonald's does not mean you're a fucking bum. And most of the customers don't even know that you may be pursuing something on the side anyways, you know? I do highly recommend anyone who needs a different perspective about, you know, the workforce or life is to work at a fast food place like for like a month or something, because it really did change everything. And I have the most upright respect for a lot of these fast food workers. Now, some of them, you know, are slow as shit and can be bums and shit, but you know, it's like every job now. There's always those bad eggs. But what I'm saying is that it really is a decent, like, skilled labor job. And there's also YouTubers who actually have like video compilations of them making sandwiches and biscuits and McChickens or whatever the hell they do. And a lot of people watch that shit because they find it enjoyable, and the content creator be like the owner of the damn place. And it's kind of shocking that they're even allowed to do that to begin with. But fuck, dude, it's kind of cool. And what makes it ironic is there's a lot of teachers and shit that look down at these type of jobs and everything. But in reality, dude, some of these workers, not all, like the higher ups, like very higher ups, are definitely making more money than some of these teachers that they look down at these fucking companies. And it's really stupid too. Like, bro, we're all have to work, dude. We all technically lost. Like, damn, why are we so fucking against each other? And I gotta say, I do work at fast food right now as a 26-year-old grown adult. And I gotta say is, I'm not ashamed of it. It's not the most perfect thing, like I said, but fuck, dude, it's better than being on the streets, or it's better than doing some type of crack or just trying to, you know, mooch off everybody. Damn, this is starting to sound more like a rant, but I just can't help it, because I do feel like that if we all just kind of treat the fast food workers with more respect, or at least make it start off that way, I feel like it would make the world at least a better place, and we could at least come together, you know? At least somewhat as a community, because I never understood people who look down at these type of fucking workers, but then they'll go in there and still eat the food and everything. Like, bro, if you think these guys are bums, like, as workers, technically you're eating the bums fucking food that they make you. Like, I just don't get it, man. Like, yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. And if you are somebody that's just like an average Joe that just wants to work at some random place just to get a paycheck and just, you know, get by life and everything, that's okay too, because not everyone's out to be some great YouTuber, some great content creator, influencer, or work in some type of trade or whatever, dude. Like, there's a lot of people in life who just want to get by. If that's what makes them happy, because there's some people, believe it or not, who actually do love working at McDonald's. And it's kind of shocking, to be honest. And it's kind of crazy because no one seems to really talk about it. Like, yeah, fast food, at least for me, really isn't shit, because I've worked so many other physically demanding jobs that we're going back to an environment like fast food, like especially physically, it's really not that terrible. Anyways, everybody, thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you guys get a different perspective of what it's like to be a fast food worker, or the different types of opinions that you hear online about fast food or McDonald's, because yes, it's not perfect, and no, guys, this fucking video is not sponsored by McDonald's or any shape or form. This is just honestly my unpopular opinion about fast food workers. And another little perk I gotta say about it is that you do get like a 30% discount for all family and friends, and it's actually kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie, because like, damn, it could be a a lot lower because a lot of these jobs can make this like 10% off because like working at a job like a grocery store, they usually give you 10% off on stuff. And sometimes some places don't give you any discount at all. Now, eating at McDonald's really is not the greatest thing in the world, I gotta say, but like sometimes, if you ever need a break or whatever, or you forget to bring your lunch, sometimes you will be able to eat a free like lunch during your shift. And that's kind of cool, to be honest, because there's some people who really do need to eat in order to get by or to save money. Thank you all so much for listening. What's your guys' thoughts about working in fast food and everything? Like, if you guys have any type of opinions or experiences of working in some type of fast food like McDonald's or just any other fast food chain, please leave a comment in the comment section below because I would like to read some of these, obviously. And it's really fun to fucking, be able to hear everyone's experiences. And I've been having a lot of fun recently making these videos, and I am trying to get more consistent again because goddamn, man, life has been kind of busy for me. But at the same time, man, it's been great. Like, I don't know, it's like a fucking, teeter-totter type experience. I'll see you all in the next upload, so you all take care and peace out.